Good morning, friends. Welcome to GoOnlineTrainings.com. We are talking about how to create a tabular model. Uh, when you create a tabular model cube, so what is the advantage? The modeling part is too technical because we need to understand the relationships. We need to understand what is the dimension, what is the fact. Lot of technical things. Needs to be implemented. So once you implement that, the end user, the business user, I'm talking about a manager or the CEO, if they wanted to see the data analytics, or if they wanted to create lot of reports, they are not dependent on the IT team. So once you give the model, they can connect using Excel, or they can connect using Power BI. So where they themselves can create lot of visualizations, they are not dependent on the IT team. So that is also we're talking about. So self-service BA means business users like MBA managers and officers who does not know any technology. They wanted to see the sales. If they wanted to see some sales report, they have to come to IT team. They have to give the requirements to the IT team, either Power BI or MSB, or some reporting team will be there. So again, you take the requirements, you get the data, and you create a report, deliver the report. So everywhere they are dependent on the technical team. They are dependent on technical team. But the company is talking about why the dependency, on the technical team. So you have to make the data ready so that whatever they wanted to have it, let them take it. Let them take it. So there is no special skills are required. Simply you create a model, deploy the model. So as an end user means as the business user, if I wanted to create my own report, I don't need any technical, help desk support, or I don't need any developer support. I wanted to create on my own. That is what the business users are going to be saying. So this is what is called self-serve service BI. So you have to remove the dependency on the technical guys. So technical guys will create a model and deploy the model, forget about. So a dimension table, this table, that table, primary key, foreign key, all these things we should be, talking about, right? So that you have to take care as a, technical guy, and create a model and deploy it. Clear? So later, you are not in the company or you resign the company, doesn't matter if the model exists. The business management user, that means MBA guys, people who are, officers, they need not come to the technical team. They can create the reports on their own. So that is what is we're talking about. You know, Power BI or BI in the self-service mode. Clear? Now, BI was in the technical, it was in the hands of technical guys. But slowly, Microsoft is telling it should not be in the technical guy's hand. It has to go to the end users who does not know any, technical knowledge. So that is what is we're talking about. Clear? So when you create a tabular model cube, so what happens is that uh, once you create a model, the creating a visualizations, anybody can do that. So that is the step. The company management or company, the end users, the business users who wanted to have it. So that is one advantage I'm talking about. Clear? So when you create a beautiful tabular model, so creating a tabular model is very, very simple. So you need to know technical things, right? You should be good in SQL. You should be good in, relationships. You should be good in lot of technical things, right? So understand the dimensions and facts, understand SQL Server, understand the views, tables, and lot of coding as a developer you're supposed to have it, right? Now, so already data warehouse is built, and you have to create a report layer where you can clean the data, and you can create lot of views, and those views can be implemented. So yesterday, I think we had used AdventureWorks data warehouse. What is a data warehouse? Data warehouse is a database, first of all. The second point is that which is a large database. Third point, which is a read-only database or which is going to be storing large amount of data, read-only data, historical data. Fourth point, so which is uh, going to not update, so it is not going to be updated regularly by the end users. It's going to be storing large amount of data, historical data, and which is also a database. And next point, where you should be able to have dimension tables and fact tables, dimension tables and fact tables. If you wanted to create a model, so what is that you should know? If you wanted to create a model, I told you yesterday, you have to know why we have to create a model. So what is the purpose of my model? So that you have to know clearly. You cannot say that they have given me some, tables. They asked me to create a model. So you should not say what is the purpose of a model, means what kind of a reports the company wanted to create. What type of reports, okay? What type of reports the company, wanted to see out of my model, right? So this is what is very, very important. And you need to study existing data warehousing and OLTP systems, right? So that's what I told you. If you wanted to create a better model, means so why the company wanted to use this model, what is the purpose, what type of reports they're planning to have, study existing data warehousing and study existing reports, right? So all these things you must study clearly, existing reports or dashboards, blah blah blah. And you also ask them future requirements, okay? So what are the reports you planning to have after this model? So that is also you have to have it. So once that is done, then the next one is for these requirements, what are the dimension tables I need to take it from the data warehouse? So that you need to know. What are the dimension tables that I have to take it? What are the factor tables I have to take it? So this you need to have it. Then the next question, what kind of a aggregations I wanted to perform out of this? So sometimes they need averages, sometimes they need minimums, sometimes they need sums. So maximum time they may need sum, but sometimes they may also go in for average. I would like to find what is the average sales in India. Or sometimes they would like to have a minimums, maximum, or sometimes they would like to only perform the count. So what kind of an aggregations that they wanted to have it? So for this aggregations and everything, we are going to be implementing DAX queries. Okay. So data analytical expressions, that is what we're going to be implementing. Clear? So once you identify what is the dimensions, what is the fact, and after that, what you do, you take the tables data and you create a views, and using the views, what you do, you create a proper model, right? So in the table, you have a raw data. If you wanted to clean and transform the data, so this is where we can implement. This is what is called reporting layer. This is what is called reporting layer. That is what we're going to be creating. So using reporting layer, you perform everything. I don't need this. I need that. I would like to join two, three tables and get the data. So after that, clean transform, and all this data will be deployed here, right? So here we create relationships and everything. So, and after that, we are going to be deploying this model. Clear? So now, yesterday we had taken couple of, created couple of views. How to check the views? First, we have to go to the AdventureWorks database. Now, how to call the view? So, do you know how to call the view? You can easily call with the help of a select query. Select star from the view name. Where is view? View is available here. Now, let me open this. So I have created one view called customer view. So I should be able to get the customer data. And if you wanted to get the data from the table will have a large amount of data. I don't need, because so if you go to the table has lot of data. So what was the table we were using? So these are the tables I'm talking about, right? So select star from the table name. Dim customer table has a large amount of data. I don't want to have all this unnecessary data in my model, because they don't do analysis on this address line to phone number, date, first purchase. commute, all these things, I may not be able to, use it. I will not be able to create any analytics on the, all this data. So whatever I don't need, why should I take it to my model? So that is waste of memory, because memory is, crucial, because tabular model is going to be storing all the data into the RAM. So I don't want to take complete data uh, as it is. So I would like to cut and get the data. So this is what you need to understand. The next point is that. So customer is fine. Then I want to have a product table. Now this is where I've also created one more view. So this view, if you wanted to see the view, so get the code of the view. If you wanted to get the code of the view, sp underscore help, okay, text, and you have to write the view name. What is the view name? View name is this. If you wanted to see the view code of the view, this is the SQL Server syntax, right? sp underscore help text view name. So you can execute it. You can see. So this is the complete code. Click on the corner, copy it, and you should be able to click on new query and paste it. So this is the code we had written yesterday. Okay. If you wanted to see the code, how the view is created, what is the code inside the view, if you wanted to get it. So here we are joining a lot of tables. Why are we joining? Because I wanted to get product category name, product subcategory name, and I wanted to get the product name. So from multiple tables, I have joined inner join. When I say join, which is inner join, or you can also say inner join. Okay, that is also fine. So only matching data can commit. So when you modify something, so you need to say alter. Okay, alter, make sure that you're pointing to adventure works. So, or the better way, control C, go and write always. If you wanted to modify the code, you should be able to modify it. But after modifying, you need to say alter. So all these things you are going to be learning in your, views of SQL Server. You can execute. So like that, if you wanted to see the code of a stored procedure or a view, so the view name you need to write here. The stored procedure name you have to write. The trigger name you need to write. So if you wanted to see the code, so what is the code behind the scenes? So what is the code of this view? If you want to see it, you should be able to execute this. Remove, and you should be able to have it. So let me execute it. What is the code? Copy this, click on this corner, right click, copy, go to new query and paste it. So this is what we had done yesterday. So I have taken first name, middle name, last name. I have taken concat ws was the function, string function. So which is going to be concatenating, but in between it is going to be putting a space. When you execute this, you will be able to get a space, John space V. If you don't put space, if you wanted to put comma, you should be able to put comma like this, right? But it is working. So sorry, it is going to be working fine. Now I have changed something. I got. So you need to say alter. You need to say alter so that you will be able to get this. If you don't want to do the changes and forget about it. So don't do anything. So why views means views are nothing but queries only. Views are nothing but queries only. But when you create a query like this, and when you close this, the code is going to go away. It is deleted. But when you create a view, the view is going to be storing your view, storing your query. So views are implemented to store your queries. Okay. So if you wanted to centralize your code, normally we are going to be writing a query. When you close the SQL Server, the queries which I'm writing, these will get deleted. But if I write a view, the view also will have a query, but the query will get saved. So that is the advantage of the view. So using a table, normally in the real time, we create a views. These views where you clean the data, you perform a lot of transformations. If you wanted to implement anything, you should be able to implement it, right? So all these things can be done. And later, these views are going to be used in your tabular model. Am I clear? So I have taken the dim customer table and I have taken views. So like that, we can take a lot of things. So this is how you should be able to create a view. I don't want to create and waste my time, but you should know how to create. Then you should also create a view for each and every table, whatever you would like to have it. So for example, I would like to use dimension tables. What are the dimension tables? Dim customer table and dim product table. Okay. And in the fact table, what table I have to use it? Fact means where you have foreign keys and more numerical values, right? So I wanted to implement fact internet sales. Internet means online sales. So this is a table that I wanted to implement. Where is this table? Fact internet sales. This is the table I would like to use it. Then I want to have geography table, something like this. I have to implement. Okay. So what tables you have to implement that you have to know. So do you know, on your own? No, you need to ask the client, ask your team lead, what is the table I should use it? So without create a proper documentation, can you create anything? For example, I am a good chef, but I don't know what is the dish I should prepare. So who's going to tell you that? Chef is going to decide or customer will tell you? Customer goes to the restaurant and customer will say, I need paneer butter masala. I need, some chicken pizza. I need some veg burger, right? So the requirement has to come from the customer only. You cannot go as a chef, then you cannot prepare a food on your own. You know how to prepare the food, but the requirements has to be given. Then you need to ask. So what kind of a pizza you need? You need chicken pizza, right? You need more spicy, less spicy. Do you need, more this kind of a sauce, that kind of a sauce? All these requirements, the chef has to take it. As a technical developer, you have to ask the client, what is the table? Do you need hierarchy? Do you don't need hierarchy? Why is that you would like to implement? So all questions you need to ask. The team lead going to be asking in the meetings, right? So if you don't ask, the chef is not asking a lot of questions, then the food will not be very good, right? You're assuming that you need less spice, but the chef is added more spice. What will happen? The requirements are not collected. If you don't collect the requirements, there is a problem when you deliver the cube or anything, any code, any code. So the better thing is that you ask more and more questions. So you gather the proper requirement. Customer needs the pizza. Customer needs with less spicy and less, sauces and everything. Customer needs extra sauces for blah blah blah. So whatever the customer needs, you write each and every point. So that's what is your requirement document. So requirements are going to be taken by probing. Probing means by asking questions. By asking questions only, you can gather the requirements, because customer will not open his mouth. Customer will simply say, I need a pizza. So it is, chef's responsibility. It is a chef's responsibility to ask, sir, do you need more spice, less spice? You need more, cheese, you need, less, cheese. Do you need this kind of a bread, brown bread, or do you need white bread? Or, you wanted to have it here, or you wanted to take away. So what is that? Tell me the requirements. Who's going to be asking? People who are going to be taking the order. So this is what is called requirement gathering. So with the customer, right? If you don't ask anything, so you prepare some pizza, but the customer will give you a negative feedback. Why? Customer does not know what to tell. It is yours responsibility. It is yours responsibility to ask a lot of questions. That is what is called a probing. So, people who are gathering requirements should have very good questioning skills, very good probing skills. If you don't have a good probing skill, you cannot, collect proper requirements from the customer, because customer does not know what to tell. Customer, unaware what is his requirement, right? You need to probe, you need to tell him clearly, and you need to educate the customer. So that is the beauty about a requirement phase. So people are going to be asking about all these requirements, but if you don't ask, customer will not tell you. If you will miss lot of items over there. What is the question somebody asked? So what is the dimension facts and yeah. So Varalakshmi, you need to wait for some more time. What is the dimension? What is the fact? But I told you dimensions where you have a textual data, fact where you have a numerical data, right? You will understand data warehousing concepts very soon. So you will understand what is the dimension data, what is the fact data very, very soon. Clear? The simple example is Bhaskar is, getting 10 lakhs salary package. Okay, he is working for Microsoft. So Bhaskar Jogi is a tech fact. He is getting 10 lakhs salary. That is numerical data. So that is a fact data. Fact means numerical data. Text means what is that? Bhaskar Jogi. Who's that? Getting Bhaskar Jogi. Where is he working? He is working for Wipro. He is working for Accenture. He is working for Capgemini. So these are the textual data. And yesterday, I sold uh, 10, t-shirts in Bangalore. I got 1,000 rupees profit, right? So I means I'm talking about Bhaskar Jogi is the salesman. So that is a dimensional data. Dimension means textual data. Where in Bangalore and what product I'm selling? T-shirts. All these are textual data. And how many t-shirts I sold? 10. 10 is the quantity. And what is the profit I got it? I got 1,000 rupees profit. So 10 quantity is a measure or a fact, and 1,000 rupees profit is a numerical data that is a fact or a measure. Clear? So you will understand like this. So don't worry. So you will have a dimensional data and a fact data. Dimensional data means textual data. Fact data means what? Numerical data. Fact is also called as a measure or metrics. Clear? So we'll understand everything in the data warehousing. So don't no worries about it. Am I clear, Varalakshmi? Okay, guys. So that's what is very, very important, guys. Now I wanted to now I knew what kind of a things I have to create. Now I'm ready to create a tabular model cube. Now ready to create a tabular model cube, right? So go to start. Now go to dev environment and open Visual Studio. Okay, which is what is called SSDT, where you can create SSIS packages, SSDT, SSIS, SSRS, and everything. Let me go to start. Okay, dev environment. I go here. I wanted to create a fresh project. So open this, go to file, new project. So I would like to create a tabular model project. So click on analysis and expand it. So this is where you have to choose. So we cannot create multi-dimensional because we're talking about tabular model now, right? So choose this. And if you have the same tabular model in Excel, so this is Excel. Power Pivot means actually Power Pivot and Power View, everything is started in your Excel. Okay. So this is if you create some model in Excel that you can import, or if you create from any other server, that is also can be done. But I don't want to use these two options. I would like to create, on my own. Analysis service tabular project. Now choose tabular, choose this. Now give the project name. So what is the project name? You can say tabular model project. You can give the name of the project. Amazon, tabular or adventure works, let us say. It is not Amazon, right? Adventure works. So underscore tabular model. Okay. So this is the model I'm going to be creating and with the help of tabular. So it is tabular model cube, right? So you can say the date is October 20th. If you wanted to write the date, right? Otherwise, forget about the date. So Adventure Works tabular model, and where you want to save this, go to browse button. You can go to C drive, D drive, wherever you have a drive. You just go there, create one folder and keep it. So normally I go to D drive, I create SSAS folder. I'm going to be using in this. Okay, earlier we have created, right? So the same thing I'm repeating the step. So it is created. Make sure this give and a .NET 4.5 or later version it is internally using. Forget about it. So tabular model and this. Click on OK. Now it is saying integrated workspace or your integrated workspace eliminate need to provide an explicit AS, server instance. Okay, you need not have, or you can create if you have, tabular model is installed that you can use it, or you can go in for this also fine. If you don't have, you can go in for integrated workspace, or if you have installed, you can use, or you can also use this. If it is not working for you, you can choose this model, or you can, if you have installed already tabular model, you can give your computer name or put the dot, and you can have the test connection. Clear? It is succeeded. Now click on OK. Click on OK. So now we got this window. We got this window. Now what I should do, I have to get the data source. What is the data source for us? Data source is a data warehousing, right? Or any database. So we are going to be modeling. So tabular model we are going to be creating. So this is my tabular model project, right? So this is what is called my data warehousing. So I have to give a link. So here I'm going to be creating step number one, create a data source. Okay, data source. That is what is step number one. In this project, right click on this data source, import from data source or existing connections. So click on this. I don't have any connections. So right click on this, import from data sources. Okay, so you have to use data source. Right click on this, import from data sources. Now from Microsoft SQL Server, that is where I have my data, right? So choose this and click next. Server name. So what is my server name? Kedar, or we can put a dot. So dot means local SQL server. So, or you can say my computer name is called Kedar. So it can give some name. You can change also. Okay, you can say it is a SQL underscore Kedar. So where the data warehouse is available. So my computer name is Kedar, or you can put a dot and use Windows authentication database name. What is the database name? AdventureWorks DW. Now test connection, fine, succeeded. Now click next, right? So this is very, very important interview question. So impersonation means the security privileges. Okay. So when you join the company, they'll ask you, so when you create a tabular model, which password, user ID you must be providing. It's recommended that so actually the admins, DBA people, admins, those user IDs and password needs to be given, and it is going to be running with their user ID and password normally. So my user ID and password will not work. But the problem is if that guy resigns from the company, again you need to update it, because I was working for one project in Dubai and the guy resigned. When the guy resigned, what happens? The login ID, password, everything will be removed from the computer. So immediately all tabular model cubes stopped working, and we had created multi-dimensional cubes and tabular model cubes. And on top of that, we were using Tableau reporting, not Power BI reporting. For one Dubai, shopping mall data, we used to get it. So all the data we used to collect from the Excel sheets, and all the data is available in the tabular model and multi-dimensional cube. The problem, one guy, left and I replaced it there. So I was working with that company, and we used to create multi-dimensional cubes and everything already created. But the problem is that when that guy resigned, all the work which is properly happening, all the reports are getting refreshed, but suddenly got stopped. Why? Because that username password is given there. Clear? So you will have those kind of an issues. So the better you can give the service account. One service account, that will be there. So using the service account, we should be able to, execute. So how to get the service account? Go to start, go to services. Okay. So when you go to services, analysis service is running, right? So where is analysis services? When you come down, so every service will run under service account, right? Analysis service is running. Now when you double click on this, now you see what is the service account name. You can see it here. Login as NT service MS SQL server OLAP service. So this is running under this account. Clear? So this is what is called service account where I'm talking about. Every service will have an account, local service account, network service account. This you cannot change. If you change it, it will stop working it. If you want to change it, you double click on it, you can log on, you can change this. This is the service account. You can give the user ID and password here, but we don't know what is the user ID and password. Microsoft is setting, right? So this is what is called service account. If you wanted to give your user and password, you can give, for example, my user ID Kedar underscore Bhaskar. I can give my user and password. But tomorrow, if something goes wrong, okay, if the Bhaskar leaves, this service account will stop working. Clear? So let me cancel this. So NT service, MS SQL server, OLAP service. So this is the account, I am trying to use it there when I say service account. So, or you can say my machine name slash, Bhaskar. I can give my user and password there. So then it's fine. But the problem when the Bhaskar resigns the company, then there is an issue. Clear? So current user, unattended account, lot of things are available. So the better go in for this. Or many companies will not like this. They can also use this kind of an account, the existing admin account. So service account I'm using, click next. Select from list of tables and views to choose the data to import. So click next. We are ready with the tables, right? So what table data I would like to have it? First, always choose fact tables. So always choose which tables. This is the table that you need to know. So always select the fact tables first. Why? Because because fact tables will have a foreign keys will have a link to the primary keys. If I'm selecting automatically, this will get related tables. For example, I go to which fact table? Fact internet sales. So select this. So after that, I'll say select related tables. So it is going to be having a primary key and foreign key linkages, right? So using the foreign key, it will have then primary key will be available in the dimension table. When you click on this, so it is going to be selecting lot of tables, dim promotion, dim sales, territory, right? And dim product and lot of things it is going to be, connecting dim currency, dim customer, dim date. See, automatically, which is able to connect. So I don't want to use this table, dim customer. I would like to use my view. Okay, so unselect and dim product also I don't want to use this. Actually, we should not use the tables for each and everything. We're supposed to create views only, but I did not create, right? Let me use those views. Where is the view? uh, View is dim customer. So instead of I'll take view customer and the product also I'm going to be taking this. Okay. So what are the tables I need? So the better thing, if you know at least the factor table first, factor table itself will tell you what are the linked dimension tables. That is the better way. Even though they're not selling that, they will tell you use this fact table here and automatically you get the related tables. So at least if you know this information, so select and when you click on related tables, it's going to be bringing and you can just simply finish this. This is how you should be able to get views or tables, but it is recommended that you must create a views and not the tables and bring those views. Clear? Click on finish. So it's going to load. Where it is loading, all the data from the data warehousing Data warehouse is a raw database. But now all the data is being loaded to where? RAM. Which database? VT-pack database. What database? Columnar database. Where it is? It is available in my RAM. So all the data. So the data, this much of a data, 60,398 rows are available. So customer 18,484 rows are available. All the data now moved to where? In my computer's RAM. It's going to be compressing the data and loading the data into the columnar database. So row databases is my data warehouse. Now all the data got moved to where? In my RAM, which is a VT-pack columnar database, which is going to be 10 times faster than the row databases. And all the data is available in my computer's RAM. Clear? So wherever the Tabular model is running in that machine tomorrow, this is going to be running in the production dedicated machine. So in that RAM, you need to have dedicated RAM. Clear? So that the data can go. Everything is perfectly fine. Right? So now let me close this. Right. So I don't want to have like this. Let me close this one. So this is the dim currency table, dim date table, dim promotion table, dim sales territory, and fact internet sales, and view customer and view product. All of them are created. So once you load the tables, tables are loaded now. So we have created a project. Then after that, what we have done? We have connected to whom? Connected to data warehouse and loaded dimension tables and fact tables, and some of them are tables and views, right? So tables data, and we have also used views also. So but what we have loaded? So dimension table data, fact table data. So after that, what you do? So after loading is done, connected to data warehouse and loading is done. So this is step number one. After loading, what you need to create? You need to create a relationships. This is what is called a modeling, tabular model. Create a relationships, right? So how to create relationships? So you need to click on this button, diagram. So all the primary keys and foreign keys are created. So this is the primary key and this is a foreign key, right? If you see, customer table is a view, it does not have any primary key, foreign key, and we have a one more table called product table. So we need to also link. If there is no proper primary key and foreign key, it is not creating that, but we need to create, right? So we have a customer key here, we have a product key here, and we are going to be having a product key. Always fact to and dimension we create linkages, because if the primary key is not there, if the primary key, foreign key is there, automatically which is going to bring all relationships. If it is not there, you have to create a relationship. So product key, from where to where we drag and drop, always a factor to the dimension. Always fact is going to look for the dimension table. This is my fact. Create a link like this and go and just leave it there. Okay, which is going to create a one-to-many relationship. Fine. If the relationships are not there, you have to create it. So that is what is called a modeling. Tabular modeling. Modeling means what? Get the data, create one-to-one, one-to-many, many-to-many relationship. Now customer key. Do we have a customer key here? Customer key, right? So customer key, that you have to bring it, and always from where to where? Always from fact to dimension, not in the reverse order. You should not take dimension to the fact. Always the centralized table is called this table, and we have now relationships are established. It is one to many. One star means many. It is also one to many. It is one to many. So when you go up, so you're going to be having one to many, one to many. So dim data table is creating three relationships. One is called order date to date key, due date t, date key, ship date with date key. If any dimension table is having more than one relationship. It is having only one relationship. It is having only one relationship. Any dimension table and factor table is having more relationships means according to the data warehousing theory, this dimension table is called as, what is this? Dimension table is called as role playing dimension. So this is what is called role playing dimension. I discussed about this. One hero is acting at two roles in the movie. It is playing dual roles. Clear? So if anywhere if you see more than one relationship between fact table and dimension table means according to the data warehousing, the dimension table is called as a role play dimension table. This is interview question. I have already told you in the data warehousing, but if you don't know, at least remember. People would ask you, do you have any role playing dimensions in your tabular model cube? Yes. How do you say that is role play? You can simply say wherever we have more than one primary key and foreign key link between dimension tables and factor tables. Now the dimension table is called as role play dimension table. So especially many times you will have dim date only. So order key, due date key, ship date key, and a lot of date and time columns are linked to with the date key. So this is what is one point that you need to say clearly, right? Now, what you need to do, because end of the day, this model is going to be used by the end user. End user does not understand what is a key, right? So end user will understand what is the quantity sold, what is the sales amount, what is the customer name. These fields the end user can understand. What is the key? Key means why key? He will not understand. So what you have to do, you have to hide these things. Okay, hide from the client tools. Tomorrow, I'm going to be connecting with the Excel sheet. If I get the key, what is the key? The manager, MBA guy or the CEO will not understand what is this key nonsense. So you need to hide it. So click on hide. All the key columns need to be hidden. So hide from the client tools. So only you need to keep the important. What is that we need? Unit price, order quantity. So like that we need to keep extended amount, sales amount. These things we need. Remaining things you need to hide it. All key columns you have to go and hide. Clear? So that is what you have to do it. If you wanted to unhide, right click on this, unhide it. Clear? So these are the things that you have to create. So that is one step you need to create. So after creating this, so what is the next step? After creating relationships, then you have to do some, hide the key columns. So whatever you would like to display, only display them. But remaining data, you have to hide. And one more thing you need to do it is that hide, that is done. Then create a what is called as a hierarchy. So normally we create hierarchies in our Power BI. Do you remember why hierarchy? I wanted to see the data like this. For example, country. Under country, I wanted to have a state, right? So under the state, I want to see the city data. So this kind of an hierarchies ways to create. So hierarchies will be created where? In the dimension tables only, not in the factor tables, right? So you can go to geography and create one hierarchy here. And the next step, you can also go to the year. So when I click on year, when you click on year, and you will be able to get the semester. When they click on the semester, I would like to get the sales in the quarter. So after the quarter, month, like that. If you create this kind of hierarchy, you can visualize the data like that, month wise, then within the week wise, right? So within the, when you click on the week, then I should be able to get. So this is in the dim date. This is in the dim geography. And you have one more table called dim product where you have a category. Under category, you have a subcategory, right? So all these things we need to implement. Subcategory, under that you can create one more hierarchy. I'm talking about dimensions only. Geography, this is a dim date, this is what is called a dim product. So where you create the hierarchies, So dim, territory is there. This is a geography table. So I have a country. Within the country, I can have a region. So like that, you should be able to create like that. Go to product. Now you can create a hierarchy. When you go here, click on this button, you create a hierarchy. So hierarchy name, you can give location hierarchy. You can give some name. Okay, you can click on this. You got the link. Now what is that? Category, product category. Drag and drop. Okay, so product category. Under that, a product subcategory. It is very simple. So you should be able to get and a product, name, product name. Drag and drop this, leave it onto this. That's it. So product category, subcategory, product. So always a hierarchy. How you need to have largest to smallest, largest to smallest. That is what is called hierarchy, not smallest to largest. Hierarchy has to be always a country, state, in a city like that, not city first, then a state, then country. It is not like that. So largest to smallest. That is how the hierarchies need to be created. What is the largest here? Category, then subcategory, product. What is the largest here? What is the big one here? Country, state, city. So hierarchy is always created. Why hierarchies means if you wanted to visualize the data like this, we can understand. Some people can understand very easily. If you don't know what is the advantage of this, so soon you're going to be seeing these advantages. Please wait. Clear? So this is what you have to create. Am I clear? So all of them are done. So tomorrow, if you wanted to get one more table, that is a requirement. You have created and deployed. The customer say add one more table. So that kind of things also will come, right? So they'll say add one more table. One more table. They'll say you have to add it. So how to add one more table? Because all tables got it. I would like to link one more table now. So how to do that? It's very simple. Double click on data sources and import from the data source. Sorry, from the existing you have, right, existing connection. So one minute. Import new tables. So you need to click on the connection, import new tables, click on this. So select, and I would like to bring a new table called dim currency. So dim currency, do we have it here? So click, do we have anywhere dim currency? You don't have, right? So dim currency is there. So you can get one more table, any table, right click on this and import new tables. Clear? Select from the list, or you can also write a query. So click next. You should be able to say select star from table name. So that is also fine. Or you can get the list and you should be able to dim date or the product organization or a geography you would like to implement or dim employee you would like to get it. So whatever you would like to get it, you should be able to get it. And you can so dim organization I would like to finish, and this value is going to come. So there is no primary key foreign key relationship. I think it is getting changed. So there are some error details. What is the error? Let me check. Okay, if you wanted to bring that, you should be able to bring that. So we got this. If you wanted to keep this, you can keep this, or if you don't need this, you can simply delete from the model. Clear? So adding and modifying is also one more, real-time scenarios that we're going to be having it. Now this model is ready. Save this model. Okay. So creating a tabular model is very simple. If you wanted to visualize the data, so this is where we can visualize the data: dim currency, dim date, dim promotion, dim sales. All of them are dimension table, fact, internet sales. Lot of things we can say it, right? So when you go here, so you will be able to create hierarchies, create relationship. Lot of things you should be able to do it, and you should be able to, maintain this clearly, right? So table name, if you want to modify the table name is also, you should be able to modify. For example, the end user tomorrow will see, they don't understand what is this. So I would like to give some friendly name here. Okay, how to give the friendly name? You have to go here and press F4 or function F4. What is that you need to give? Sometimes they don't understand, right? They need some friendly names to be given, right? So how to give friendly names? Click on the table and function key plus F4 button you need to press. So to get the diagram, so where I'm clicking on, so this is the place you need to click on to get the diagram, right? This is the button I need to click to get what? A table mode. So there are two buttons here. Have you seen it? So you have to click on this button to get the diagram. When you click on this icon, you will go to normal mode. This is normal mode. So I need to click on this button and I go click on this and the function F4. So I have removed the BW. I go and function F4. So remove dim and everything because people will not understand what is a dim, what is a dumb, what is a dum. So they don't understand. You can give the user friendly names. So go function F4. So you can understand what is a fact. Simply, you can rename this as a sales table. So that people can understand. Now, internet sales, you can have our online sales or simply sales table. Like that, you can rename the tables. So sales territory. Territory means geography table. Go click on this and function F4. Function F4, sorry. Need to go function F4. You can remove this dim sales territory table or simply it is a territory table, geography table. Territory means what? Geography, location table. Like that, you give function F4. You can give the friendly names, which is what is called as a friendly name that you would like to create in the model, right? So don't give view customer function F4. Click on the table, function F4, remove VW, simply customer table, and click on this function F4 and remove this and simply currency table. Like that, you should be able to have it. So way to go and way to see, simply save this. Simply save this. And now, so these are the two icons you maximum use it. Now my tables are ready. I have a currency table, date table, promotion table, territory table. Territory means geography, where the sales is going on. So central, region, like country, territory group, something like the sales table, customer table, product table, right? So in the sales table, one more we supposed to do it because I wanted to create an aggregations. The next point, what I need to do, I have done all these things, right? Now the next step, add one more table also added. And after adding, you need to give relationships also because and add relationships also with the new table. I did not do it, but we can do it. So the next one is add aggregations, very very important aggregations to the fact tables. What kind of a aggregations you would like to have it? So what kind of an aggregations means we knew aggregation means sum or average or minimum or maximum, so or count. So these are called aggregations. So add aggregations to the fact table. Where is your fact table? So these are the tables, these are relationships. Now go to here, click on your table. Now click on your sales amount. Where is the sales amount? Where is the sales amount? That is a fact. Unit price, order quantity. You select this and click on the sum. Okay. Now this is one DAX query is created. Have you seen the DAX query? Control C, Control V. I have created on the quantity. So this created a, this is the syntax, sum of quantity, order quantity, sum of this. This is a DAX query. So you need to create a DAX queries and everything. It's very simple, sum. So this is very, very important. You can rename if you want to rename. You can say simply a grand total. This is the, a DAX function, grand total of order quantity. So when you press enter, it is going to change it here. Like that, all the where you wanted to do visual, you wanted to create a lot of summing operations, probably in the fact columns, right? Sales amount, tax amount, all these things. So all these places you need to tax sales amount. So go click on this. So it's going to be getting sum of sales amount like that. And a tax amount, go and click on. You want to perform some, you can perform some, or you can perform lot of other operations, average, count. So I would like to perform the average here. Click on this. So you can see it is a change it to average. Clear? If you want it to get average, it's going to be giving one more option. So it is sum is available, average is available here. So whatever you would like to have it, you should be able to have it. So freight amount also. Okay. So something I missed it. Let me delete this. Okay. Now, I wanted to go and keep on adding freight amount. So by default, sum you're going to be getting like that. You can perform lot of aggregations. What is the average sales? What is this minimum sales? What is the maximum sales? Everything you should be able to write. So your model is ready. Save the model. Clear? Your model is ready. So this is what you have to now deploy. Clear? So these are the relationships got created, and these are the measures we have added. Tax amount, grand total, sum of freight. These are the measures. So okay, so these are actually aggregations. Okay, these are the measures. These are the aggregations I have created, and these are the tables I have used. So everything is ready. Everything is ready. Now you're ready to deploy this queue because SSDT where you can create, but tomorrow I have to deploy this model to somewhere. Everything is ready. You have prepared the food. Then where you need to deploy on the customer's dining table. So that is where deployment, right? You have everything is created in the kitchen. After creation, what you do? You have to deploy the model where to the tabular model, application. So when you when you install, you have to install. I told you, right? Tabular model you have to install, right? So how to get tabular model is installed or not? You have to go connect and see whether analysis services tabular model is installed or not. Clear? Because you have created, it is available in the SSDT. SSDT only to create a model. It is not going to be, used permanently there, right? So kitchen where you create a food, but you're not going to be keeping the food forever in the kitchen, right? You have to serve the food, right? So that is what is the point I'm talking about. So what is the question? Error model, no need to write DAX. We can write the DAX if you want to, but we are going to be writing the DAX where in the Power BI. That is the better place to write it, right? So we can also write DAX formulas and everything. Now you have to deploy where in the analysis service. Where is analysis service? Go to SQL Server, click on connect analysis services. Now analysis services gather Windows authentication, and this is the Windows authentication. Click on connect. Right now you should be able to see a database now that is got created automatically. So this database will get that model and everything. Clear? Now what kind of a analysis it is? So right click on this. When you go to properties, it can tell you the what kind of a model you have installed, a tabular model or you have installed a multi-dimensional model. So how do you check this? Means this is how you need to check what kind of a modeling. If you want to disconnect, click on this disconnect. If you want to connect, click on connect like this also. That is also fine. Or you can also simply go click on this triangle analysis services. Now give the server name and right click on this, go to properties. You should be able to know what kind of a installation you have done, tabular model or multi-dimensional model. Am I clear? So all these things are very, very important, guys. Clear? So this is how you should be able to create a model, and it is also created one adventure works database. Now we have to disconnect means disconnect like this. Connecting, you can disconnect this also. You can disconnect like this. And if you want to connect database engine, you can connect. So you should be able to get databases like this. All the databases. Connect here, go to analysis services, and you should be able to connect. Now, this is the database where this model will be deployed. Clear? So now, let me go to View menu, go to Solution Explorer. When you go to Solution Explorer, you will be able to see AdventureWorks Tabular Model Cube. Right click on this, go to Properties. In the Properties, in which machine you have the Tabular model is installed, that machine name is Edition. I have used Developer Edition, and everything is fine. Now, this is my model, right? So right click on this, you should be able to build. Build means it's going to be verifying any issues with the development. So you have to go where? So the next step we are going to be deploying, right? So deploying means you need to go to where? Go to Solution Explorer. Okay, Explorer. Go to View menu, Solution Explorer. Go to View menu and click on Solution Explorer so that you will be able to get this window. This window will be opened by going to View menu, Solution Explorer. Am I clear? So that is where I am here. Right click on the project name, build. So this is step number 1. The next, right click on the project name and what build is doing, it is going to be checking for the errors, syntax errors. If you have any issues and errors with the code, it can identify. Clear? So that is what is called building. So if you wanted to rebuild once again, sometimes a build will give you errors. You can also rebuild. It is going to be starting from scratch, checking all the code once again. You will be able to see rebuild all succeeded. Have you seen this? Or you can right click on this, build is succeeded. So this it has to be done. Then you right click on this, you can say deploy. Right click on this and deploy. The server you're deploying to support in your compatibility level, then blah blah blah. So yes, it is going to be deploying the complete model and everything to the server. Clear? So this is the place you create a model. This is the place where you create a model. So everything is successful. I'm able to create this model. Now close it. Okay. So everything is fine. Now close it. So the deployment operation may take several minutes to complete. It is already, I think, completed. Right. So now success close. It is deployment is succeeded. Now you go and you should be able to, refresh like this. You will be able to get the model is giving you all the tables here. Now these are the tables and these are the connections. Now we can use this model. You can use this model and we can use it in Power BI, or you should be able to use it anywhere. So all the things are ready. Then go to Power BI and go to Excel. You can create a visualization. So this is how you have to create a model. That's it, nothing else. So you can go to Power BI. So now this is this model you should be able to access from your Power BI, and you should be able to consume and create reports, whatever be the reports that you wanted to have it. So that is what you wanted to have it. You would like to create it. Clear? Get the data. So this time I don't want to. So Excel data set analysis services, right? Let me use and I should be able to connect to Kedar. So Kedar is, either dot or you can give my machine name and database name, connection live or import. If you want to import the data, you can import, but I don't want to import the data and I want to connect it. So database name, if you want to give, you can give. Otherwise, I have two databases here. So one database is one ready-made database. It was there. So don't play with this database, just leave it. So this is the next database I have it. So I would like to use which database and I have to connect it to. So go here. There are two databases. Click on this database and this is the model. So this model you can use it and this is the model I have created. Now click on OK. Now it is going to be bringing all the tables So you should be able to work with this. Now you got the tables, you got, everything here. Now you should be able to work. You should know how to drag and drop, how to create reports. That is normal story. So this is normal story. So that is what you should be able to do that. Clear? Tomorrow, if the data changes, for example, I go here, I modify this data. If I modify the customer names or if I modify something, so again, we need to get the fresh data, right? Because we have created the data from where we have created the data and we have created a model. This is our model, right? So tomorrow you have a 10 year. Okay. Now you added 20. So what will happen? The 10 is already here. Then 20 will not come here because until and unless you process, it will not come. So you need to have a process if you wanted to get the latest data, because tomorrow the new data comes in to the data warehouse. The new data, if you wanted to bring it to the model, you have to process this. How to process? So, go here, you right click on this, you should be able to say process. Process database means we're talking about data gateways. Do you remember? Data gateways to bring the data, but we don't have data gateways and everything. Simply you right click on this, process the data. Okay. So you have process default, process full, process clear, process recalculate. So which is going to be performing. If you wanted to perform everything, process full means delete all the data from the RAM, again load all the data to the RAM, click on OK. So we don't need any data gateways, nothing. Simply you have to come here. You should be able to process it. You should be able to process it so that all the data is going to be loaded here so that you will be able to get it. So there are couple of options that you can modify some name here. You can modify some name here. Go to dim customer table, update the name, for example, John name to something else, and you process it and you refresh it. So automatically you will be able to get this model. So if you wanted to get the latest data, what we need to do? We need to go to the cube. We should be able to, process it. We should be able to process it. So manually, we are going to be processing. We can automate this. We can automate this. If I wanted to process fully, so we can automate this process. Click on the script. It is going to be generating a script. Clear? And this is a script, which is a JSON script, or you can say XML script. So which database and what it is going to be processed like this. You need to take this script and automate it. How to automate it? For automation purpose, normally we can use SQL Server agent. SQL Server agent. So you need to go here. All these things in the real time, you don't do it. But if at all somebody is asking, you have to click on yes, and you can, start this agent in SQL Server. You should be able to create a job. So every, 1 hour or every morning, every evening, you will get the fresh data from the data warehousing to the, data model. You go, you create one job. You create one job. All these things are so refresh. The refresh adventure works tabular model. Click on this, click new step. So step name process, right? Process, this is the step number 1, and go here. So I would like to SQL Server Analysis Services command. So this is the command I would like to give. Go and paste the command here. Okay. So this is the command I have to, you have it, SQL Server Analysis Services command, and click on OK, copy and paste, give the server name, copy and paste, click on OK. When you want to schedule this, click on new. So every daily 6 a.m. So recurring, so daily morning 6, okay, morning 6 a.m. Click on OK. Now click on OK. So that is how automatically it is going to go to data warehouse and getting the fresh data. So that is what it is bringing from here to here. If you want to bring it, we will have refresh schedules, right? So we deploy this, this report to the Power BI service. Then we have refresh schedules there, so that the, whatever be the data that is there, this automatically comes here. You can create a lot of reports like this, right? So this is how you should be able to create whatever you would like to have it. You should be able to simply go and add it, create lot of visualizations, and you should be able to have them here. Clear, guys? So which is not functioning properly. Now we can create, double click on this. Now bring the sales table. What is the tax amount you want to have it? You can create only visualization. If you observe carefully, you are able to see the modeling, but you cannot see any data here. One thing is missed. So you cannot create anything here. You will not be able to do any kind of other steps, because data, you're not going to do anything here. So you're simply modeling, and you should be able to go and get the data and create lot of visualization and deploy these reports. You can also use the model in Excel. So let me go to start Excel. So end user wanted to see the model in Excel. He does not know Power BI. He wanted to visualize everything in Excel. Go to Excel sheet, data, from other sources, from analysis services. Server name is dot. I need to connect to Kedar machine, and I have a model. What model? So I am going to be using this model. So use the model. So this is the database. Click next and click finish. Now click OK. Now end user wanted to get the data. Now this is the data. I got it now, all the visualizations. So I wanted to see what is sum of tax. Now this is what is sum of tax. He wanted to visualize what is the customer wise or currency name wise. So what is the currency wise? The sales. I wanted to have, year wise sales or product wise. For example, when I say location hierarchy, we have created, right? So simply I drag and drop, I select this location hierarchy. Automatically it is going to give you category wise, subcategory wise, the sales. Category wise, subcategory wise sales. So when you create a hierarchy, automatically the end user can visualize the data like this. So even though they are not connecting to Power BI, they can get the model and they can simply visualize. If they wanted to remove, they can remove like this. They can remove like this. So this is what is called, Power View in Excel sheets. You can get the data, and what is that they would like to have? They would like to have sum of sales amount. Automatically it comes here. What is the total sales amount? Total sales region wise, I would like to have it, or year wise, I would like to understand. So this is year wise, what is the total sales? So they need not ask for the reports. They can create a reports like this, and they can create the charts like this. Go to insert tab. Now you go here, and they should be able to create a beautiful charts like this. Now, without asking your help, they can create a beautiful reports, right? So only you need to create a tabular model cube and give the data to them. So they don't know what is the relationship, what is the primary key, what is the foreign key, but they knew the data. So they simply drag and drop whatever they need. For example, they need year wise. Within the year, they would like to have category wise. So a lot of things they can play. So they can play a lot of things. So year wise. So whatever they would like to have it, they can have it. So currency wise, currency name. Okay. So they would like to filter something. So I don't need all currencies. I need only one currency. Select multiple currencies. I would like to see only currency of US dollars. So you can filter something. So what is the sales happened in US using currency called US dollar? So they can have the filters here. So like that, lot of things can be done. Remove this, remove this, remove this. So you will be able to give them the KT, one knowledge transfer session, so that the end user can play with the sales data. They need not ask you for Power BI reports as well. Simply give them the tabular model or multi-dimensional model to them. So they simply, they should know how to connect it. They will create the reports on their own. You need not do anything. For example, they wanted to know what is the sales amount year wise. They would like to see, let us say, uh, product wise how the sales is happening. So simply they select like this. So product wise sales is like this. Or if they wanted to see category wise how the sales is happening, subcategory wise or product category wise, so they would like to see blah blah blah, whatever they would like to have it, they can have it. So product category, below that subcategory, so whatever they wanted to have it, they should be able to have it. Promotions, okay, and the sales, and a territory wise. For example, they wanted to know country wise how the sales is going on, and they would like to filter in 2015 what is the sales. Filter means report filter. So you need to go and add the uh, year, the calendar year to the filter. So you will be able to go and click on this and select the multiple items and unselect. I would like to know the sales in these 2 years. So this is how they should be able to have the filters, and all the things can be done. Click on OK. The lot of things are going to change. So they select like this. They create a beautiful report and they create a good report and give it to their boss. So they can say in this year 2007 year, the united sales where the sales is more. So this is a table level data. This is the organization, the chart data. This is how the people can analyze their data. This is what is called a self-service BI. They don't need Power BI. They don't need anything. Give one cube and take the data, create a cube and give the cube, multi-dimensional cube or a tabular model cube. Just tell them how to connect with the cube, and they themselves can create a lot of reports and they can visualize the data. This is what is called a self-service BI, right? So that is the advantage of a cubing, and tabular model is very, very fast. When you have small amount of data, tabular model is good. So multi-dimensional model is even more mature, more bigger. If you have a large amount of data, it is going to be calculating aggregated data, keeping everything in the hard disk. Clear? And however you're connecting the cube, go to data and go to from other sources, go to analysis services. You can give the server name, and you should be able to get all the uh, multi-dimensional cube as well here. So the end user easily connect and they will be rocking. They need not ask anything. They themselves can play with the data. Whatever be the data that they wanted to have it, they can create a beautiful reports. They can analyze in the fingertips. That is how the business intelligence is today. You need not create a lot of reports and keep on publishing. That is there, but without your help, without a technical guy's help. So the end user should know how to connect with the Excel sheet, because every laptop of end user will have Excel sheet, right? So he is a part of the business. He will have username and password. So he has to get the permission to connect to the tabular model or a multi-dimensional cube, so that they will be able to easily do the lot of visualizations. Clear? So that is what is the beauty about tabular model cube. Clear? So creating a cube, processing the cube is very, very important. How to automate the process also I have told you. So you practice this and this completes the tabular model cube. Am I clear? So how to create, how to complete, how to deploy, all these things are important, guys. So you should be able to easily create a data warehouse, build reporting layer, and check whether create a hierarchy, create aggregations, right? All these things we've spoken about. So take the data tables, create hierarchies, create aggregations, deploy the cube, refresh the process the cube to get the latest data. You can automate it. So a lot of things we discussed about, and test it. Everything you're able to get the proper data or not. Update the data warehousing with the data, to test with the data, so that you're done with the tabular model cube. Creating a cube is very, very simple. It will not take more than 5 to 10 minutes for you to test it and create and do all these things, guys. Okay, this is what is called tabular model cube. Any questions? If you have it, you should be able to have. Okay, you can ask me if you have some questions now. So I'll give the control.